It's the ultimate travel guide from the people who know it best. Weekends with Yankee.
Right now I'm standing in Essex, Connecticut, along the eastern coast of the state. And as a resident of Connecticut, this is the part I like to brag about. The towns are quaint, it's steeped in its maritime past, and it's always fun to explore. Hey, Steve.
Hey, what's going on?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
So, wow, what a beauty.
The Onrust. It's a replica of Adrian Block's boat that traversed the river way back when.
So the Connecticut River here has a real maritime past. So where does its maritime history start?
Well, for one thing, it's very rich with food source. You know, you've got fresh water, you've got salt water, and the fishing in this river was incredible, still is. We get further into the Revolutionary years, and this was a gigantic boat-building area. That's why the British attacked right here and marched right up the main street, burned 22 ships, and then went and had grog at the Grizz.
It goes from a huge boat-building hub in the Revolutionary War. How does it proceed forward after that?
It was a much bigger commercial river with tugboats going by every couple of minutes, steamships going by. And this was the fastest and most pleasurable way to get to New York City. But in 1931, the railroads bought out the steamship companies, including the Fall River Line, the Hartford, New York line, on and on it went. And then the railroads took over.
There's the transition from the boats to the trains, and I've been told that's your big sort of passion.
Here we are.
Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. Is this a real town?
It's more of a time than a place, although there are aspects of the town in here, such as Steamboat Dock, the Hartford that came here.
You created this?
I did. I've been doing this since I was a little child, playing with trains, and I've turned it into a livelihood and a passion.
I mean, this is nothing that gets built overnight. Each thing seems like it has a distinct story to it.
Yeah, there's stories to this stuff, that's for sure.
When did trains play a role, and what role did trains play in Essex?
You know, when World War II came, all the little factories in this area were producing stuff that was used in World War II. At one point, trains were actually the lifeline of Essex.
And I know you're a painter and an artist in general. Do you feel like this was a reflection of your artistic prowess?
Definitely, you know, an artist tends to look at the details, and that's my favorite part, is weathering stuff. That's what makes it look realistic.
Where is it that time that you get that deep satisfaction from a job well done?
When you see the kids going crazy, and when you see them coming back, when they come back and they're growing up, 3, sometimes even 4 generations coming here, all sharing this together, and they're all smiling and having a good time. What could be better?
You're the local here. What must I see?
My favorite room in the Griswold Inn, the bar room in there is fantastic.
Thank you so much for showing me around this. This is really fantastic. Hello, Joan.
Oh, hello. Welcome.
Yes, thank you so much. You know, I haven't been here probably in about 10 years.
Wow.
But it looks exactly as I remember, spectacular. What is the formal name of this room?
This is actually the covered bridge room, and maybe for obvious reasons, it's all constructed from reclaimed boards from an abandoned bridge in New Hampshire.
You know, and you can't help but notice all the great maritime art that you have on the walls.
Yeah. We actually have the largest collection of maritime art in private hands today. It's really museum quality, and in fact, maritime museums borrow it from us all the time.
And the Griswold, how old is it?
1776, so it's 245 years old. It's the oldest continuously operating inn in the country, at least one of them. And maybe when I say that, you quickly think, I thought I saw a tavern in Boston, 1763 or some such. But when you actually look into the history, you'll find it was boarded up for a period of time. It may have been a residence at some time. Certainly, it may not have made it through Prohibition. And
yeah, I was going to say that. How did you make it through Prohibition?
we were actually a speakeasy during that period. So Yankee ingenuity always brings us through. And here we are 245 years later, doing exactly what we started out to do. Can I show you around?
Absolutely.
Okay. So this is our smallest dining room. My favorite piece of history in the entire Griswold Inn is right here. And here's this musket here.
Right.
And there's a note right there, if you can see it, that was found in the barrel of that musket, dated 7th day, July, 1776. And it says, "My dear son, Jared, take this my gun, do not handle it in fun, but with it join ye ranks of Washington, and make ye British run. And when our independence is won, we shall take a drink of good old rum." Signed, John Francis Putnam.
Ooh, I got goosebumps on that one.
I did too. And it's right here, and you're sort of sitting among all of this history. This is our wine bar, but it's also called our steamboat dining room.
I feel like I'm in the stateroom of a ship.
Well, it's interesting you say that because it was built in 1969. They created the look of a dining room in an old steamship. And this mural,
I love
of
that
course,
mural.
is what you would have seen off the stern of the ship. And you can see this. So that's what you were leaving behind as you left the port of
Sure.
Essex. Well, let me just show you one fun
Okay.
little thing.
Okay.
Just take a moment.
Why do I feel like I've had wine?
As you can see.
Oh my God, I feel like I'm pitching.
Yes, it was created to move from port to starboard. So again, you felt like you were in the dining room of the steamship, having just left beautiful Essex and out to sea again.
That's very cool.
So it's a Monday night here at the Grizz. It's actually the most spirited night of the entire week.
Monday.
Monday, I know, it's crazy, but we have the sea shanty tradition, which has been going on for over 50 years in our tap room. The tap room also is the soul of the Griswold Inn.
I'm Richard.
Michael, pleasure to meet you.
Hi, Michael. How are you?
Good, good. So this is your first time here at Shanties?
Yes, it is. How about yourself?
I've been coming here for, let's say, nigh on 10 years or so.
I know what a sea shanty. It's a song, right?
Yeah. So sea shanties are work songs. They're songs that are sung for work on the ship or adjacent to the ship. After a while, you get all these different traditions. You have the African-American and slave tradition. You have these Irish songs and English songs, and they all start to cross-pollinate at these ports from stevedores and people carrying things down, and then we get the sea shanties that we all know and love. The folk music is music for working class folks, whether they were singing it as a work song on the ship or in a field or in a bar. It's about their hopes, their dreams, what their life was like. We have this connection to the past, we have this connection with each other.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm looking forward to my first sea shanty.
Well, I hope you love it.
Hamburg is a fine town with ships about the bay. Fain, very fain, I'd be there myself today. I'm wishing in my heart I was far away from here, sitting in my parlor and talking to my dear.
And it's home I want to be, my topsails are hoisted. I love to see the oak and the ash and the bonny birchen tree are all growing green in the North Country. And it's home, dearie home.
We've just been fortunate to be here at the Griswold Inn. Been here for almost 50 years now doing this.
50 years.
Yeah.
Every Monday.
Every Monday. So people come here, it's a new thing to them. They say, like, we've never seen anything like this before. The songs are not hard to learn. So, you know, and they just follow the crowd and say, oh. And they come and enjoy themselves because they can sing along and be with friends and stuff. It's a great atmosphere. You just don't find this kind of music hardly anywhere.
And straight up the channel to New Bedford we'll